the skies suddenly went silent, flights vanished, and the world took notice. In a dramatic move, Iran shut down its airspace, triggering chaos across global aviation. Airliners rerouted, passengers stranded, and international alarm bells ringing. Is this a routine security step, or the warning sign of something much bigger? Iran has abruptly closed its airspace to most commercial flights. The decision came without long notice, instantly impacting international air traffic. Within minutes, flight tracking maps showed Iranian skies almost completely empty. Airlines across the world were forced to react in real time. What does closing airspace mean? Closing airspace means no civilian aircraft can fly over the country without special authorization. Iran's airspace is one of the most critical corridors connecting Asia, Europe, and the Middle East. When that corridor shuts down, the ripple effects are felt globally, immediately. Why did Iran do this? The closure comes amid escalating tensions between Iran and the United States. Recent political statements, military alerts, and regional instability raised serious security concerns. Iranian authorities feared that civilian aircraft could be at risk if tensions spiraled further. Security fears and military risk. Sources indicate Iran viewed the situation as potentially volatile. In times of heightened military alert, airspace becomes extremely sensitive. Any miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences for civilian aviation. The shutdown was presented as a precautionary move. The role of NOTAM. Iran issued a NOTAM, a Notice to Air Missions. This is an official aviation warning informing pilots that flying in the area is unsafe. Once the NOTAM was issued, airlines had no choice but to comply. Flights were immediately diverted away from Iranian skies. Impact on Globi, AL flights. Hundreds of flights between Asia and Europe were forced to reroute. Planes flew longer paths over Saudi Arabia, Central Asia, and Turkey. Flight durations increased, fuel costs surged, schedules collapsed, passengers caught in the middle. Thousands of passengers experienced delays and cancellations. Some flights were grounded mid-journey, others never took off. Airports saw confusion, missed connections, and growing frustration. Impact on Indian and Asian airlines. Airlines from India and Asia issued immediate travel advisories. Routes to Europe and North America were heavily affected. Passengers were warned of extended travel times and possible disruptions. The closure exposed how dependent global aviation is on Middle Eastern airspace. Did Iran reopen the airspace? After several hours, Iran reopened its airspace. However, reopening does not mean normal operations resumed. Many international airlines continue to avoid the region. Safety assessments are still ongoing. Why airlines are still avoiding Iran? Airlines prioritize safety above all else. Even after reopening, the geopolitical risk remains high. Insurance costs rise sharply in conflict-prone airspace. For many carriers, the risk still outweighs the benefit. International response? Governments around the world closely monitored the situation. Several countries issued travel advisories for the region. Aviation authorities warned airlines to exercise extreme caution. Middle Eastern stability once again became a global concern. Is this a warning of a bigger conflict? The big question remains, is this just precaution or preparation? Analysts believe airspace closures often signal elevated military readiness. While no direct conflict has occurred, the risk level has clearly risen. The situation remains fragile. Impact on the global economy. Longer flight routes mean higher costs. Higher costs eventually reach passengers. Ticket prices may rise, cargo deliveries may slow. Global supply chains feel the pressure. What happens next? If tensions ease, flight routes may gradually normalize. If tensions escalate, more restrictions could follow. Airspace closures may earn or expand. The world is watching every move closely. Final conclusion. Iran's decision to shut down its airspace was not just an aviation issue. It was a geopolitical signal. A reminder that global politics directly affect everyday life. When tensions rise on the ground, the skies are never truly safe.